game, and hats off to them. We didn't do enough to get it done, and it's very disappointing. I thought we had a good week of preparation, but offensively, just unbelievably poor to start the game. Penalties, shot ourselves in the foot, dug ourselves in too deep of a hole. You get a punt blocked. Defense kind of kept us in it, and then, it was kind of a flip of momentum. But ultimately, we make no excuses. We're going to go back, look at this, and we're going to learn from it, and we're going to move forward. And that's all I know how to do. It's extremely disappointing, but you're not going to get any excuses from me, and I got to do a better job having our team ready to go.
Jordan?
Yeah, we felt like we were going to be able to get an opportunity to. On the third down, we kind of had some looks that we felt like we had a good isolation, but clearly got to be able to progress there. And then on the fourth down, had Gerald Everett in a man-to-man situation, and then Cooper on an underneath route where if we didn't love that, kind of a little high-low, and ultimately we didn't make those plays. But we got the coverage and the looks, that we were looking for there.
Lindsay?
Anything kind of going on with your guys that you could sense or that you could see that was causing to make some uncharacteristic mistakes?
Yeah, no, it's hard to say, Lindsay. I think you got to go back and look at it. I mean, you don't want to make any sort of excuses. Had a little bit of a layoff, and, we weren't nearly as sharp. I thought the penalties were really hurtful for us, too. We had some big hits in the run game where you look like you're getting yourself. We had one that actually scores, and it comes back. So be interested to really go back and look at this. I'm not going to make any excuses, though. We didn't do enough, and I got to be better for our football team.
And what did you see from Jared Goff today?
Yeah, I got to go back and look at it. I thought he did a good job, getting us a couple scoring drives, and then, we had our opportunities, and, ultimately, collectively, we didn't make enough plays and get it done.
Gary?
Hey, Sean, you had talked about this team having the maturity, not to look past an opponent that was winless, but the way you guys came out early, it looked like you were having all kinds of problems. What was the issue? Yeah, I mean, I've got to do a better job getting us ready to go, Gary, and really it was in all three phases. It wasn't good enough. This loss will demoralize us only as much as we allow it to. It's going to be embarrassing, sick to your stomach about it, but we do have 2 games left, and we've got to find a way to respond and rebound on a short week. Not really a short week, but this week as we get ready for the Seahawks. But that was very humbling, and it's going to be humbling, but we're going to move forward, and that's exactly what we'll do. That's all I know how to do.
Eric, go ahead.
Hey, Sean, you ran mostly 3 receiver sets in the first half and then went back to tight end sets. Why didn't you go to 2 tight end sets earlier? We've seen the work rate of the previous 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't have a chance to get any plays off because we were 3 and out. I mean, so the snaps were so few and far between, and we had the penalties. So the first half was really, not much of an opportunity to get any sort of drive, drive continuity or rhythm, if you will. And, I don't know if it was as much about the personnel groupings as it was the execution.
And then what did you say to the players afterwards, and how do you, like you said, move forward? You got 2 games left. How do you learn from what happened today?
Just like anything else, whether you lose or you win, you always learn, you move forward, and you can't allow the previous result, whether it be good or bad, to affect the way that you prepare for the following week. And so, what I say to the team, keep that to between us, but I expect us to be able to respond. I'm going to go back to work, look at this, be honest with the mistakes that I made and where I can be better to help prepare and make sure that, we avoid making some of the same mistakes twice. But this is, like I said, this is a very, this is not the result or not the, type of game that we expected, but this is why you play sports.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
All right, start off with Lindsay.
Hey, Don, how does the defense keep from getting too frustrated with the offense when it comes out and plays as flat as it does to start the game?
Just remembering that we're a team. We had 3 straight weeks where we scored. We didn't score today. So at the end of the day, it's both sides of the ball, special teams. We're a team. So we got to pick each other up, and we weren't able to do that today, and it resulted in a loss.
Gary, go ahead.
Hey, why do you think, guys, it looked like you guys came out flat, at least, and I know you don't play offense, but just generally speaking, it seemed like you guys were kind of flat that first half. With a loss, you lost the opportunity to clinch a playoff spot, so how do you feel about that going into next week now?
Yeah, I think, you have a week of preparation. Sometimes they prepare as well. So, sometimes we can't execute the way we want to execute. So I think that's why you start out flat or whatever you want to call it. But, we just can't let a team beat us twice. We got 2 division opponents coming in. Like you said, we missed the opportunity to clinch. So now it's even more significant. It's more important to win these next 2 games. So we're going to lock in and prepare to our best of our ability and move on from it.
Okay, Claudia?
John, the Jets were able to beat your strong defense a lot. What were they doing that gave them such an edge with their passing game?
Can you repeat that?
So the Jets were able to beat your strong defense a lot. What were they doing that gave them such an edge with their passing game?
Yeah, I think, we didn't really get our cleats in the ground. That's when we play our best, when everyone's ready to go and we're all set to play. I think they just moved around. They did a lot of motioning. And we just didn't have our cleats in the ground. It's just something we got to be better at moving forward.
Rashawn?
Hey, John. You're a veteran guy, but it's a very young team. And talk about clinching a playoff spot. Like, is that more like a learned thing that these guys just kind of have to go through to kind of learn how to win and seize these moments and these opportunities?
Oh, for sure. Certain teams you got that knack for winning. We're still working on that. We've had success in the past, but games like that you got to come away with. So it's a team thing, and it's definitely a learning experience. We can move on for it in the later years, even if guys on different teams. Just bringing that winning mentality to another team and focusing on the right thing. You got to build that culture, but it's definitely like a culture thing, and it's a learning experience.
We'll wrap up with the team work. We'll give Kevin, then Eric.
Hey, John, I think fans might say this is the kind of game where everybody could see the possibility of a letdown if you let it happen. And then they can't understand how it winds up happening, right? How do you explain it?
It's the NFL. Those guys get paid too. It's the name of the game. It's a high-risk, high-stakes league. So, you got to go out there and come to play every week. And today they got the best of us. And like I said, it's the NFL. It's any given Sunday. So just move on from it, learn, watch the tape, and get better.
Eric, go ahead.
Hey, JJ, does this put any more added pressure on the game next week at Seattle based on what happened today?
I don't think so. We're going to watch the tape, get better, move forward. But at the end of the day, it's still a division game on the road. Those are the toughest games in the NFL. So I think we're going to be, a little bummed today, but tomorrow we got to move forward and get ready for Seattle.